Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is Friday, January the 14th. This is Flosstube 107. I hope y'all had a good week. The girls are here. They're watching The Descendants. We popped popcorn and they're eating it on the bed and they have the little tables on the floor. Usually I would put them in two separate rooms, but one of the router went out or something. And so James Williams put the internet back on the other old router till he can get another one or something. So anyway, the other TVs in the house aren't hooked up. So they're in the bedroom together watching The Descendants and eating popcorn. And so hopefully we'll make it through. They're always so good, but they do have, I mean, everybody gets aggravated. So we'll just roll with it and see how it goes. After last week, I kind of got a wild hair and just decided to start on some winter things because after looking, I realized I did not have much winter stitching. I have some Valentines and I needed FFO some Valentines, but I didn't have much winter stitching at all. So I decided to just jump in with some winter stitching. So I did get some decent stitching done this week. I did, let's see who we have last week. Only one of the whips that I did last week did I work on this week. And that one will be my Noah's Ark, which was a finish. So I have new whips this week. All new whips and a ton of FFOs because I did an FFO and they're mostly FFO. They need some trim, but by the time Kimmy and I got done, she helped me pick out fabrics for them. So we had a good time, but it was getting late and I needed to do dinner. So they didn't get trim done and my measuring was a little off on two. So it is what it is. But one of my new whips is, y'all are gonna laugh because it wore me out. I've nearly finished the hardest part and then it'll be easy. But it is Spot of Winter by the Drawn Thread. It is beautiful. Goodness. You see, they still got coughs in there. It's a beautiful pattern. It's called, where is it at? Oh, there's Spot of Winter. And I thought it was so cute, such a cute little thing. But if you see there above those robins, it is nearly if you cut the center out of a Smyrna cross. And I do not know why, but it has been messing with my mind severely. I'm having the hardest time. So I'm nearly done with them. And I'll show you. I think if I put it up close up there, you can kind of see. They're beautiful to look at. There you go. They really are beautiful stitches, but they are, for some reason, my brain don't like processing them. I don't know if I can show the little cutout of it without showing the chart. Yeah, here we go. It's this one here. It says it is a double cross eyelet over 8 threads. And man, oh man, it is giving me a run for my money. After I get those done, it'll be easy. I'm excited to do this. The little Christmas trees are this fun little stitch here. It says it's a Sprat's Head tree. So I'm super excited because I've never done those and I've never done these. So I was excited to try them, but they are wearing me out. Now these are, there's 4 of them. And if you do the whole 4, and I thought it had a picture on here, but it doesn't, you can divide, you can do the whole alphabet. See, it has TUVWXYZ on here. I will probably put something else in there. I'm still not sure, but it's beautiful. I love the colors. I just did kind of pulled some of what I had that I thought would work and some of what it called for. It's actually charted for DMC and weeks. And I had I think 2 of the weeks, maybe. Nope, I had to switch them out for something else. So I guess I've got all nearly BMCs here. I didn't have the right weeks. But the colors really are beautiful. And on this blue, it's so pretty. This is a piece of 28 count Monaco. And it's one of those that's not really dyed, it's painted or whatever. And I don't know what it's called. It's just a mystery little slab. But it's really nice. And it's been nice to hold and stitch on. And there are the colors right there. So it's going to be beautiful when it's done. And once I get these, excuse me, right across the top here done, it'll go fast. But, well, like I said, that little stitch, I don't know what it is. So, of course, now I'm determined that I'm going to figure it out and master it. Okay, that guy goes back in there. Then I worked a little bit on, this is Woolly Winter by Shepherd's Bush. Right there, Woolly Winter by Shepherd's Bush. It's not wanting to focus. It's got a little snowman and it has mittens. And that's the only thing about the Shepherd's Bush pictures from way back. The picture is aesthetically incredibly pleasing, but the needlework is not. I wish it was closer up to the needlework on these older charts. I don't know if they still, this is a 1994 chart, but I got the words and mittens bright, and then the little mittens halfway stitched here. Focus on that, sort of, maybe. Mittens bright. And it came as a kit. It was, one of y'all sent it. And so here are the colors. It'll be on here. And of course the light is, once again, wreaking havoc. I wonder if I pulled that blind down some. If that would, hang on y'all. Let's see here. I'm just gonna scoop right off the end and see if I bring this down a little bit, if it will help with our woes. And if I pull this way, it makes it darker, but maybe it'll get rid of the glare. We'll see. We'll try that now. So now that may be better. Mittens bright. And then here are the colors it came with. And it's got a lot of little kind of mauve purpley colors. So I knew the girls would like, it's got some pinky purples, and then this mauve here. The girls I knew would like that. So I started on it. It's not a lot to it. It has a lot of fun little specialty stitches that I'm excited about. It has some, I don't know if it tells me what they're called. Oh, it has some pulled work, and I'm a little scared about that. It has a herringbone, a satin, a scotch, a knitting stitch, some more pulled work, a tied stitch, a boxed cross, which I've done lots of times. Then there's the beads. But I've never done pulled work. So I decided to give this a go and to see if I can do the pulled work. Okay, but it's called Woolly Winter by Shepherd's Bush. Poor Aria, she's just a coughing. But I don't know why it won't focus on the little picture better. But it's so sweet. So I pulled that one out and started on it. Then, who else did I work on? So that is Woolly Winter by Shepherd's Bush. My morning schedule here is a little bit off, so excuse me scribbling on everything. Did I start on this guy or just get, no, I got him out. And now, let's see. Y'all can probably hear the Descendants going in there in the bedroom. Which I love to watch me some Descendants. Oh, Barbara. You said that you ordered the Cricket Collection winner because in your brain, you know how your brain hears things wrong sometimes. And so you ordered this one. And I am starting it. That's what I've got. All the threads ready. That's what I did one evening. That's a lot of threads, but they are beautiful. Look at those. Some of my floss cards from Lori. I didn't get my ones from Barbara in here because my little hole punch that's the right size for this is gotten put back in the wrong place somehow. So I couldn't make my little holes in the top ones of Barbara. So, but Lori has sent me these, and that beautiful. And then, so I've got some of those and just some plain ones in here, but these colors, and they're all DMCs. They are beautiful. I think it's charted for DMC if I remember all theirs right. Yeah, they give a DMC and an anchor option, but it is beautiful. I did the summer, I believe, summer or spring. I'll have to get it and look. I was never pleased with it. I want to say summer, but maybe not. Because it has, when they framed it, there's so much space around here. There's so much. So I need to have them reframe it so that I like it. So Barbara will be just stitching this one together because I am ready to get going on it also. And if y'all didn't see your bags that y'all sent me in the, when I was holding up all my whips last week, there are, I use everything. I use them all the time. I don't remember to show them, but I have them and I use them. So that one did not get a first stitch in it, but it got ready to go. So it's not technically a whip because it didn't get the first stitch. But then I worked on this guy here. This is my Kathy Barrick Noah's Ark. I got a finish on it. So it's super exciting. Love to have a finish. See if I can get him on here somewhat straight. I grabbed this wrong kind of a board. It's not going to be very good, but oh well, it'll work. It'll work. I just grabbed this one because I didn't have much in the way of whips that were really big enough to show anything much on. Well, poop. And I got to finish, and I'm super excited. This is Kathy Barrick's Noah's Ark. It's available on her Etsy as a PDF download, and I got it finished. And so it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, and it has the little dove with the olive branch and some little clouds up in the top. I changed all my colors up. I did need to backstitch my little animals so they'd show up because they kind of mixed in with my peach. Like I said, if I had it to do over again and I started to do it to begin with, and I should always go with my first thought, I started to do this a purpley, like a real, like a lavendery color, but I thought, oh, I don't know if it'll show up good against the gray. And so I decided to do the peach, and then my animals mixed in with it. So that made me kind of go, wah. But I just backstitched around them. I don't mind backstitching. I've been stitching since the 80s, so their backstitching is okay with me. I've been backstitching a long time, so that's all right. But I loved working on this piece. I love having it finished. I didn't get it in a frame. I put the last stitches in it last night when we were watching All Creatures Great and Small. If y'all don't watch that on the PBS, y'all are missing out. It is so cute. It is such a cute show. It has the actor, he's a real cute redheaded actor. He was in The Durrells in Corfu. He's the brother. And and the other guy that plays Siegfried, I know him from everything and I can't think of his name right now, but But anyway, it is super clean, super, just very enjoyable, pleasant. It's a very pleasant show. So it's nice to watch. So it has 2 seasons now. So if you haven't watched it, that's what I was watching last night when I put my last stitches in here. And I loved it. These were blue. The little leaves were blue in the picture. I changed mine to green. And like I said, I just kind of changed everything around. I've got, what's that? The year right here running down the side. And my initials are right over there. So now I'll just have to get a frame to get this guy in, because I'm going to put him in a frame, I think. I love him. I think this will be, what, my 6th or 7th, what did I say last week? Noah. So he has been a blast. So then I'll have to go and get another Noah ready to go into the rotation, because I've decided that I will just keep a Noah going at all times in my Noah bag from Patty. Patty Penn sent me my Noah bag and my little Noah thread thingy, thread bed. And I love them, and so I decided I'd just keep a Noah going at all times in here. So I didn't really work on any of my normal whips this week. Like I said, I've had the girls, this will be the 3rd day. So we've had I've had a lot of time with them. And also the days I didn't have them, I had to finish putting up my Christmas. That takes a while. That big 9-foot tree with all those blown glass ornaments, each one has to be wrapped. I wrapped each one in tissue and put it down in the... Sorry, y'all. Goodness. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all, I hit you with the... Hold on, I'm gonna turn you around. Make you sick. Well, that was... I'm just gonna leave that to prove real life happens. And it does. I'll plug you back in. I hit you with my board. I hit the camera when I was setting the board down. Hold on, and I'll get y'all plugged back in and set back up. Lord have mercy. I like scared myself to death. I hope I didn't say an ugly word. Sometimes when I get scared, I say ugly words. See, oh, y'all can see over in the kitchen. There, this is real life, y'all. See, my dishwasher tablets got delivered in Aria's box she's making, and her half-eaten banana and their soccer ball in the bag. So this is real life around here. Okay, y'all. Oh my gosh, that scared me to death. Okay, let me see if I can get us plugged back in without causing any more catastrophe. Hey, the coffee didn't spill. That's something, right? I think you gave Patty a stroke. Okay. There we go. Oh, she just moved over to the other chair. She's not too upset, I guess. Well, y'all, that was some excitement. Like I said, this is the real life here. There's no editing because I don't know how to do it and I don't want to learn. And yes, I know that's a horrible attitude to have, but I don't want to learn how to edit. That is just something I don't. One thing I can keep from dealing with in my life is editing. And I'm going to keep from dealing with it if I can. Then I had my FFOathon. So I started Percy, which is a heart in hand. He is so cute and he's lonely back here. So I thought, you know what, I'll get him stitched up. I did not have all the called for colors. He is so cute. I love him. He's on 30 count blue jean. I use DMC white, 310, 414, 498, 353, and 722. And Classic Colorworks Blueberry Tart, Shamrock, and Frosted Sage. And I just am nuts about him. He's so cute. So, so cute. And I put my initials over here. I did not put the year. I'm going to put the year in a little charm right there. So I haven't done that yet. I didn't get any of the trim on them. I got them all on their boards and they're backing on, but I did not get trim on them. So he will have a little 2022 charm. He, I believe, is he's my first start and finish of 2022. And I guess he'll be my second finish of 2022. Right? Isn't that right? Because last week would have been Welcome Winter, I think, was number 1. I think that's right. Yeah. So this will be my second finish of 2022, and I am in love with him. He is a Heart and Hand chart called Percy, P-E-R-C-Y, and he's little bitty. What is he? 56 by 45. He has a little charm in here. I didn't put it on mine. I just put a little snowflake on there. But I love stitching him up. So cute. And I just did the outline of all the snow, and then in the ice, and then I could just stitch it while we were, watching TV and doing other things. So he worked out cute. He's just got some red buffalo check around the outside. I've used it on Christmas ornaments. I've used it on tons of things. This red and black buffalo check works out fabulous. My other, I'll put that over there. I FFO'd I'm going to try to be a little more careful here. Welcome Winter. I cut my board a little bit short. By the time I realized it, I decided not to pull it loose. I just decided to go with it. So it is a tad, I should have about another 1/4 of an inch on either end. But we're just going to leave it and roll with it. By the time I had realized that somehow I'd measured it a little off, I'd already glued down the long piece, which is the hard part. But I love it. These are the called for threads that come with the kit. I didn't change out any of the threads. It is 1/2 on, is it 30 count? 1/2 on 30 count antique lamb's wool linen. And I love it. It has beautiful specialty stitches. Hope it's going to focus on that a little bit. I've got something, piece of red fuzz right there. Let me get that off. There we go. The house is beautiful. This thing is a beautiful stitch. It's a beautiful finish. And when you get it finished up, it's just beautiful to look at. You can see here how I've got 2 little, and I just glue them in, just little pieces of twine. I've used hemp on the others. They're not really noticeable. And then I'll just put a little hairpin on the ends here. And then poke them down in the foam of my primitive toolbox. And one of y'all asked about my primitive toolbox. If I could read my writing, it would be so incredibly helpful. If I could read it at a glance. Probably nobody could in the world though. Aha, Tara. I got my primitive toolbox. I'm gonna try to pick it up here. It's really heavy at Canton. If y'all don't have, if you're from around here or Texas, you know about Canton. It is called Canton Trade Days. It's the first Monday trade days, the first weekend of every month. They have a big giant flea market type thing. And so we go out there and get plants and pots. That's where I get my pots and things. And but I love it. It was just like this when I bought it. I put foam in the bottom, and then I just changed some things out for different seasons. But it's built with 1-bys, so it is crazy heavy. I mean, it's super heavy. So I will just attach this little guy, and he'll probably be in the background next week. You can probably see him in the background next week. And so anyway, I'll put him up here like this, and then Welcome Winter can just be back here for now till I get him on the toolbox. Then I FFO'd the Valentine and St. Patrick's Day's things I'd done last year. So we're gonna flip over here and see if we can find them. Okay, yes. Okay, here's two. So this one is, and I was right, Luck Be With You by Homespun Elegance. I thought that was right, but I didn't wanna. I stitched this one last year, and Happy St. Patrick's Day by Bent Creek last year. And so I just FFO'd them this time. So this is Luck Be With You by Homespun Elegance. It needs a little bit of trim around here. And this is the other one that I cut it a little tight on the ends here. This one, usually Monaco doesn't stretch too bad. So I don't stretch Laguna. If I'm gonna have to put it around a board, I don't like that very much because it's stretchy. And so, but this is not, this is tea-dyed Monaco. So it is my mistake. It's not it stretching. It's me measuring a little bit wrong. But it's a beautiful chart. I don't know if I have on here, what did I use with it? Nope, I don't know what I use this. I believe it's Penny Lane. And then Two Greens by Wicked Stepmother. And then maybe a DMC 3031 is the other brown. But I do love it, but it needs a little trim on it. But it'll be ready to go in my little tiered tray. This one, and then this next one I'm gonna show is St. Patrick's Day by Bent Creek. Another adorable, fast little stitch. I stitched it on, this is just a piece of tan, just plain Monaco. I changed out and put some satin stitches in his hat band there. I don't know if it's gonna, there it goes maybe. And then I gave him little French knots for his eyes. I don't think that's probably what's called for on there. And then did hey girls, no fussing. I can hear fussing. Can y'all hear fussing? We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I got it FFO'd so they can go in my tier trade soon. And then I had these three pieces, and we're gonna flip back and hopefully be able to see what they were. Okay. Be Mine Valentine should be this one. Okay, this is Be Mine Valentine. It is by Lizzie Kate. I used a Wicked Stepmother's Little Red Riding Hood, Paper Roses, Help Me Rhonda, green shirt, and then some white DMC for it. It was a fast, adorable little stitch. It's just on a piece of Monaco or even weave that I dyed with Rit gray and black probably, or just gray, one or the other. But I love it. I love the, this is Paper Roses, and you can see the pretty variegation in it. So it was super fun. I also had to do my fingernails this week, y'all. Sorry for last week. They were rough. So this one is Be Mine Valentine. And then it is, if I make notes for myself, that'll help. The others were in Flosstube 63. Then we have these other two. So it is Happy Valentine, I guess, by Bent Creek, and Love by Lizzie Kate. Okay, that's these two. Okay, so this one is Love by Lizzie Kate. Kimmy helped me pick out fabrics yesterday to put on the back of these. That's in Flosstube 59. It says I used a Wicked Stepmother Red Riding Hood, Paper Roses, Violet Blue, and then DMC White Black and 647. But I had this little two-tone, I guess kind of three tones, pink and white, 3 tones of pink and a white or something in my stash, and it just worked out fabulous. I loved it. And then this one is Happy Valentine by Bent Creek. And I used the same finishing fabric on it and the same colors. A Wicked Stepmother Paper Roses, Barbie Girl Violet Blue, green shirt, and then DMC white, and then, did I have these mixed up? Maybe that's not this one. Maybe this one is not Bent, maybe this isn't Happy Valentine by Bent Creek. I think it is though, but I have that out. I have Bullfrog written down on here. Okay, maybe I've got them backwards. This is Be Mine Valentine. Okay, that's it. This is Be Mine Valentine. This one is Love. Okay, there are 2 Be Mines. That's the problem, I guess, or something. Lord have mercy. I don't know. Anywho, I don't see a green on either one of them. So I'm not sure what in the world I'm talking about on here, but I have that long red board, and I'll have it back here probably next week, that has the 3 little clips on it. And so I'll just clip 1 and 1, and then hopefully this one will fit in the in-between. So it'll just be hanging on there, kind of like this. On that, you know, there'll be the red showing in between, but those were our FFOs. So I think I did 7 FFOs, which take me forever. They take me forever. Or I feel like they do. I feel like it takes me forever to FFO things. It's just a process, and holding and trying to center, and sometimes it goes better than others. If they're long, it's always harder for me. I love them hanging on my primitive toolbox, but in retrospect, if I was going to do them all over again, I would probably just have a frame, have one frame made, and then just pop my welcome seasons in and out of that frame. Because that is, getting the edges and the corners and all them on that is tricky. So tricky, or it is to me at least. Now, I'm sure other people do it without a hitch. I would not be those other people. So Kimmy and I did feel like we accomplished some things. Yersti, that was our Yersti. We went to the mail. So if you have mail coming from me, it went out. We finally made it into the post office, and there was a lot of people in there, and Roger was by himself, and he is so good at just keeping on working. And I'm looking for there was questions about my spring welcome spring. Summer ABCs, miracles, peace on earth, hedgework, be with you. That's in March. Did I not start it till April? Jelly Bean Jubilee, each of a kind, finishes whips, whips, whips. Y'all, I really thought I could find my notes here on it. But we are into, oh no, we're just now in April, so maybe not. I really thought my welcome spring should be hanging right around in here. Okay, let's go back a little further. Peace on earth, all hedgerow. Thank y'all for your patience while I'm trying to figure out what I've done here. I did my stockings, which are over there in the living room. There were questions about winter ABCs. This winter ABCs I did on, and this is in Flosstube 56. Let me find here. Cricket bug. Flosstube number 56 should have all the details. But also, I'll just say them real quick. This is on 28 count coffee cup linen by Bestitch Me fabrics. It's beautiful. I'm still crooked, y'all, and I apologize. I don't know. Now I'm more crooked the other way. Holy moly. I used Weeks Dye Works Licorice. Oh my gosh, no. Weeks Dye Works Foliage. Classic Color Works Bamboo. Hickory Stick. Licorice Red, Roasted Chestnut, and then I use DMC 645, 680, and 3853. And then there's a little bit of sparkle on the snow on the ground, and that's Treasure Braid TR40. So, I don't know if we pulled this one off last time and looked at it. You can just see how it looks back there without it. You can kind of see that little sparkle under the sleigh, and the sparkle under, a little bit of sparkle on the roof on the house. But those are the colors I used. This is a beautiful piece. I love the little snowball trim around the edges. And I'll straighten it up in a few minutes. So that, Cardinal Winter ABCs, my health and peace. Y'all, I cannot find where I did. I did it even the year before. Let's look. It could be possible. There's August. June. Let's go back a little further. Maybe I stitched it in 2019 and I didn't even look at the year on there. Here we are in April. Yellow. Finishes. Welcome Spring by the Drawn Thread. Okay, I stitched it in April of 2020. And these my FFOs. It was on 28 count Jobelin. I think it was called Summer Khaki. And it was very hard for me to FFO because it's stretchy. I have problems with stretchy fabric. Whip, whip, whip. And I thought I had my colors on here. My health and peace. I guess I don't. No. Hip Hop Chop Full, Peace and Health, Welcome Spring. It's on 28 count Sage Summer Khaki. And it's a Jobelin, and that's why it was stretchy. I cannot, however, find what colors I used. But Flosstube 14 through 17, I guess. Flosstubes 14 through 17 may show my colors. So I know there was questions about that, but Flosstube 14 through 17 may show what I used for my Welcome Spring by the Drawn Thread. I hope. Hey, what you doing, baby?
I'm just gonna go back in your room.
Okay. So I don't know, I cannot find where I wrote down what colors I used, but probably on one of those episodes it says. So I do have questions this week, and I got.
It's on the roll.
Where did I put it? Here we go. I'm gonna slide off this way now. Sliding all over the place today. Here we go. All right here. I tried to keep everything together, but it's sort of together. I got some Happy Mail. Hey, baby. Hey, All right, can you hear me, baby?
Yes.
Can you go in your room and watch your show? Shoot's nearly done.
Okay. Is someone home?
Oh, Lordy. Okay. I'll go with this, show you have notes. I thought about this week a lot, and it is been on my brain. I got 2 little packages here, and they were fabulous. One is from Linda, who is Grammy Stitcher, and she sent, and I'm gonna tell her, I wrote in the notes, she probably hasn't got yet. She sent charts and books. She won one of the drawings, and she sent these. So this is Sweet Nothings by JBW Designs. We feel for you for a special son. Time strengthens the love and pride we feel for you. Oh, sorry. For a special son, time strengthens the love and pride we feel for you. And it's beautiful. And it's just got a little surround on there and your initial in the center. And it's beautiful. It's a JBW design called Sweet Nothings, a Son. She sent Springtime, and it's Imaginating chart by Diane Arthurs. Look at those little birdhouses. How cute is that? Y'all know, I love me some birdhouses. And it is from a place that, I don't know if it's still there, Nice's in Decatur, Georgia. So it's really close. This is the 2021, just cross stitch. And there is some cute things in here. But look at her, she is a beauty. She's by Doreen Jones, and she is gorgeous. But on 49, they had this guy. And he is by Witchy Stitcher. And I'm gonna have to fold him this way. And I know she has an Etsy shop, and she has some adorable designs. Y'all, he is so cute. And this is the Just Cross Stitch, October 2021. But she has an Etsy shop, the Witchy Stitcher, and she has some of the cutest things. Now this is a thing that is something to think about, because y'all know I paint on fabric and stuff a lot. And this is called Stamp and Stitch. And you stamp on there with fabric paint, which is just acrylic paint with a fabric medium is what I use. And then you just cross stitch the words. So you have a lot of impact without near as much time. So you just use like rubber stamps or whatever to do it. And these are so pretty. So that is something to think about. And all y'all with y'all's Cricut machines and things, y'all can do all kinds of things with that. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So I love that. But the one that really was just wow, which she had no idea probably. I'm sure I said it at some point, but my maiden name is Ledbetter. And yes, like the comedian, what is it, Jerry Clower? Jerry used to do About Ledbetter. Yes, that's us. That's this. This cover, she sent me a Sampler and Antique Needlework magazine. And it is the quarterly for winter 2011. At the bottom, it has Margaret Jane Ledbetter. Now, we do know that the name was spelled different before my family came here. They, when you came to get here, they just filled it in however you said your name was, however they wrote it. And so it was spelt different. But so this was, I can't wait to show my daddy this. Margaret Jane Ledbetter. But she is a beauty. And it shows Solomon's Temple, one of the views from Solomon's Temple. But so she could not have known, Linda, you had no idea how that was going to make me so happy, because that is my middle name. So I would love to stitch that someday. And have it, since she's one of my peoples. And then I got this from Teresa. And Teresa, I love you, and you're always thinking of everybody else. And she lost her puppy this week. And so I am so sorry, because I can still cry thinking about Asa. And I have always been a dog person. We've always had cats too, but I always preferred dogs until all the kids were gone and I lost Asa, and I just don't know. I still haven't replaced the dog. We still don't have a dog here. Patty came to live with us, y'all know, a couple months ago. That's the first cat we've had since Micah left, since Micah's cat passed away that got left here when she went to college. We'd had that cat 15, 16, 17 years, a very long time. And so Teresa has lost her puppy this week. And so she sent me an adorable note saying this should be a beautiful card. I don't care if it's a beautiful card or not. And then she sent me Noah's Arks. This one is in the Leisure Arts magazine from October '89. It is gorgeous. So cute. This one is the Margaret and Margaret, which is so fabulous. Everything Margaret and Margaret is fabulous. If you've ever stitched any of theirs, I've stitched a couple of their pieces and I love them. Love, love, love them. And then she also sent postage money, which is so sweet. Thank you. She sent this one and it says it's a June Griggs design by watercolor by Joe Beck. It's called Noah's Ark and it's JG Designs for June Griggs Designs. And this one I'd never even seen and it is so cute. Noah's pulling a little turtle up out of the water, or one of his sons is, I guess, and he and his wife are up here on deck. And see, he's pulling a little turtle up out of the water. It is so cute. So where y'all find these, I don't know, because I'm continually scouring for things, and y'all find things all the time. So thank you, Teresa, and I'm sorry about your baby this week, because that, like I said, that makes for a very, very rough week. A rough month, year, all the things. Making me nervous. But we'll get to comments and questions now. Sydney. I have on here, I don't think I did. I just realized I must not have. What I was talking about, or you were telling me about, my brain has gone completely blank. So, if I haven't covered it or don't, let me know again, because evidently, because I've got space behind it like I was gonna look up something. So I hope whatever it was, I covered it. Crystal, I was signed up to go to the last retreat from the Stitch Niche, and then that was the only day they had open for Micah's surgery, that they could do her surgery until way after, like now. They were gonna have to wait till now if we didn't take that slot. And we were afraid that the numbers going up, they would close things back down again. And so I just went ahead and didn't go to the retreat. And so I would have got to meet your mother-in-law, Paula, and I wish I got to go, but I'm glad that my girl got her hysterectomy and is feeling so much better. Jackie, I used I'm sorry y'all, my nose is itching. All the threads for Welcome Winter that came on here, I didn't switch out anything this time. The blue letters I loved. I don't like when they do brown letters, and so I know I've changed that out. On one of them, I used blue instead of brown letters. But I used all the threads that came in the kit for Welcome Winter. And Jane, my lifelong friend, lives down Kerrville, and so you are there in Marble Falls. You know what I'm gonna say when you say you live in Marble Falls. That I need to come see you and get some pie. Because holy moly, if y'all ever go through Marble Falls and y'all don't stop at the Bluebonnet Cafe and wait in the line, and now y'all, we're people who don't wait to eat. We do not wait to eat. If there is a line somewhere, we will go somewhere else. Food is food, okay? I will wait at the Bluebonnet Cafe. They have like a million kinds of pie and they're all fabulous. And y'all know I love me some pie. So, yes, I would love to go to a Stitch retreat sometime. And if I ever come see you, we're going to the Bluebonnet Cafe and we're getting some pie. Because I don't need pie, but I love pie. It is the best. Cricket Bug, we talked about my winter ABCs. Okay, Rose, our Sonic does have the brown bag special here. I thought everywhere did. I didn't realize that wasn't a like nationwide Sonic thing. The brown bag special, you get 2 drinks, 2 fries, and 2 burgers. And it's called the brown bag special. And we've had it, I don't know, I guess my whole life. So I didn't realize that all Sonics didn't do it. Kimi's fingernail did it was lifted up at school and she caught it and then was missing. Anyway, when she got home, her daddy had to clip the rest of it off. I nearly had a stroke and died when I seen the picture, but it is off and it's worse and better. It's worse because now I'm worried that it's not protected, but it's better in that it's not black and catching on everything. So, and Danielle, I bet the winters in the Netherlands are beautiful though, because I think y'all have the northern lights like they have up to Alaska. I'd like to see those someday. So I bet it's harsh but pretty. And if you don't have to drive in it, I guess you do have to drive in it. So yeah, that would be a toss-up for me, because that's what I tell James Williams when he says, we're moving somewhere cooler and you'll just have to learn to live with it. And I say, that's okay, as long as you know everything got to be delivered to our house, because I ain't going outside. Nope. Amazon and the grocery store have to drop everything off at my front door, because I'm not going to try to drive in a foot of snow and all that mess and ice and all. I'm just not going to do it. And Nanette, my sister-in-law, is the same way. She keeps people's barns supplied with barn cats and other things, because when she finds stray cats, she catches them and she takes them and gets them fixed. And then if they're tame cat, if they're by then okay and pettable, she'll find somebody to take them. But if not, she's always hollering out to Keely or somebody, Keely, anybody needs some barn cats, because she'll have found a little batch of kittens somewhere, or a couple of stray cats, and they're wild as they could be. And so, but she is very fastidious and she gets them fixed and then sends them out to people to be people's barn cats, which, barn cats have a rough life around here. I don't know if they do everywhere, but if you've never been here or lived here, everything in Texas is trying to kill you. Everything. Spiders, bugs, scorpions, snakes, the weather, the pollen. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why we love it, I don't know, but we do. But it ain't easy to be a barn cat in Texas. Fire ants be eating you up, and owls and coyotes, and there's mountain lion over. We've never seen them here in Midlothian. I've never seen them, but Daddy and them have them on the road around their house over at Maypearl, which is 9 miles as the crow flies from my house. So it ain't easy being a barn cat around here. They're always getting snatched up or picked off by bobcats, mountain lions, coyotes. Of course, people driving crazy, if they go out of the barn at night. So it's something else. So Nanette, you and Jana are trying to keep the world in their barn cats and take good care of the cats that y'all come across, and that is precious. And I do think that will be rewarded someday. And Barbara, I showed you, I'm starting on my cricket collection winter. So we'll just sell it together. We're going to get it going. Phyllis, hello. She said she just found us, and welcome in. We just sit around and stitch and visit, which I think are some of the best things. Lisa, like I said, in Texas, everything's trying to kill you down here. You know that. The allergies, you can't find no allergy medicine. Allergy and cold medicine is sold out, and I think it's that way like a lot of places, but especially here. James Williams he takes his allergy medicine, his 24 allergy medicine, and so does Keely, like clockwork. Then Flonase, and then Benadryl, and still just sneezing, coughing, eyes pouring. It's just rough. It's rough. And some years it gets me, and some years it doesn't. Some years it gets him. And he and Keely right now are drowning, and Micah and I are doing a little better than usual, but I'm walking on the treadmill. I'm trying not to get out in it. I usually love to go and sit outside and walk outside, but with the allergies like they are, and then if you get sick, you can't get much medicine. And I feel like the people who are already sick need the medicine. So I'm trying not to dip into the medicine pool for the people who are dying, like James Williams and Keely. They need the medicine. So I'm trying to stay in and stay out as little as possible, so I don't need any allergy meds, because of course your AC filters out a lot of that mess. But I hate to stay in, but I'm doing it. Oh, and MK, Daddy and my in-laws, Daddy and Annie have been, and then my mother-in-law, Billy, and James's sister and husband and son went to see the Ark. That would be a fascinating thing for me to see. I would love to see that someday because I do love me an Ark, and I think that's the best gig. And I kind of, like I said, I've always been a dog person. I love cats, but I've always just preferred a dog because, you know, a dog wants to please me, right? And y'all know how I am. The whole world revolves around me. And a cat don't see that way. She's sitting over here in the chair, right here. But y'all know I will not feed her before 6 o'clock. But at 5:45, she goes knocking on the door. She slams the door open. She'll come and hit me in the head. She'll bite my hair. I've squirted her with the water. I've done everything I know to do, but she's something else. She wants you to get up, and I'm like, I'm not feeding you before 6. You're not getting no food before 6. And I do give her a little bit of food at night too. So it's not like she hasn't had anything since the morning before. And she still has food in there when I go to bed. But she wants everybody to get up and do her thing. So, you know, dogs tend not to be like that, or my dogs aren't. So, holy moly. But I do love her. Debbie, I'm glad you're feeling better. This mess that's going around is something else. So the COVID and the flu and the allergies, everybody just please be careful. Try to be kind to yourself. Try to drink your hot liquids. Stay hydrated. Take your medicine. Whatever you got to do. And Frankie, you always make me giggle. Talk about which wedding. You crack me up because, well, you know, or you're like me, which wedding, which time? Because, you know, I've been married twice, but to the same person. So, you know, there you go. Figure that out. Rita also, she had a preacher named Sparky and prisoners in attendance at her wedding. Yes, please. This sounds like something that I could get behind. I love when things just happen and play out. And I have, working at the flower shop and working for a caterer, I have seen lots of weddings. And I have seen lots of things go wrong. I've seen things catch on fire. I've seen people try to keep the candles lit. Y'all, if y'all gonna have candles inside the church house, you got to turn off the air conditioning or the heating before the ceremony starts and you light them candles. There's my public service announcement, okay? I've seen the ring get dropped in the grass and the bride lash out at the groom about it and him get really embarrassed and mad. And then everybody froze and got quiet because he said, well, if your fingers weren't so effing fat, the ring would have just slid on. Yes, he did. He used the F word. It was outside. It wasn't in the church house. But the preacher went, and everybody in the audience did the same thing. And then everybody's down on the ground feeling around trying to find it in the grass. I mean, so weddings, I don't know, it's just it's a recipe for disaster every time. No matter how much you plan, no matter how much ahead of time you're on top of everything, something always going to go wrong. Every time. It's happened in everyone I've attended, everyone I've been in. The only one that ever did not go wrong I was in was myself and the bride, and my boyfriend was the best man, and then the groom, and her daddy was the pastor. That one was so small and everything was contained and controlled. That was the only one I've ever seen go off without a hitch. Just saying. And Deanna, you are so sweet. Yes, I did several years ago. Now I don't know what I'm saying I did. Y'all, getting the girls settled has really, my brain ain't what it was. And Tara, Frankie is okay. She was on a little winter break, so she should be back in the shop, I would think, this week, I think. I didn't talk to her this week, and I intended to. Tammy, happy 30th, a little bit late, just a little bit late. Charles, it is a pet peeve of mine. Frankenstein is the doctor, not the monster. He's Frankenstein's monster, and everybody just says Frankenstein, but Frankenstein is the doctor that made the monster, and the monster was really the doctor. not Frankenstein. As far as in reality, in terms of the soul, the monster wasn't the monster. The doctor was the monster, but the doctor's name is Frankenstein, not the monster's. You can draw that out on a whiteboard somewhere. And Tara, we showed my primitive toolbox. Elizabeth, congratulations on your son's upcoming wedding. And Janet, thank you for being so sweet. And oh, somebody asked about my earrings, and I can't remember if I wrote it down and I either skipped it or can't find it. I'm gonna try to get them to show up close. There we go, maybe. They're like cloisonné or something, but they look like this on the back. They're just etched on the back. And then on the front, there you go. You can see it's enamel on there. But they're by Brighton, and Annie got them for me for Christmas this year. And I love them, Annie and Daddy. Annie ordered them, but they were from Annie and Daddy. So, of course, my card said baby. Because that's what my daddy calls me, Niecey baby. Niecey baby? And so, and I always will. And I will really miss that someday, I know. And so it's very precious to me. We had to call him this week, though, and make him laugh and laugh. Because when Kimmy was here, I think it was this week, we had to call him because she said Shelton Brian has her nose pierced. And Sagey has hers pierced 3 times. But Shell has one right here. And we're sitting there and she says, Shug, you know Shelton's got that ring in her nose? And I said, I do. And she said, does she have that because she was fishing with Buddy and he hooked her in the nose and made a hole in there? And I nearly choked. So we had to call him and ask him on the phone. I texted him and said, hey, call me when you get a break between cases. And she had to ask him about it, and I thought he was going to fall out of the chair. He was laughing. So that made his day and mine. Is that how come Shell has a hole in her nose? I don't know who told her that or what made that go into her brain, but we all got a good giggle out of it. But I think that's everything I've got. They have been so good in there. Oh my gosh, y'all, I did not draw the names. When the girls got here, I forgot to draw for last week's shares. I will do that and put them in the drop down. I will put the names in the drop down under there. So I will get that done. And then this week will be Percy. So last week's I didn't do yet. This week I've got Percy over here. We've got another piece because there was 2 of these. So we'll just do Percy and Peace real quick because I've still got a couple of people I haven't heard from yet. So Percy and Peace. So if you're interested in this one, I guess use the word penguin. I love to go see the penguins at the aquarium and the zoo. So use the word penguin. Let me know if you like penguins or not. And this one, use the word peace. Because we had 2 of these and I forgot to do 2 that day. So leave it to me. So penguin and peace are the words this week. So let me know if you're interested in either of those. Have a happy Friday and a good week. The girls and I are gonna get some stuff going and have a great weekend. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.